quickly, correctly the first time. So the problem has always been things that are difficult are things with 2 anchor points.
Amen.
Shelves, mirrors, anything of quality or substance always has 2 anchor points. And the trick is getting it done the first time, like I said. So just to give you a quick little demo on how Hang-O-Matic works. You take your item, you put it upside down, and you simply slide the 2 anchor points so they align on the item you want to hang. And all you have is a clear bubble. And as soon as you do so straight, you just simply press. And what it does is it leaves 2 distinctive dimple marks in the wall. Nice thing about it, it's reusable, it's inexpensive, it's cheap, it's visually appealing, and it's also very non-complicated, non-intimidating.
It's very cool. I love that you built the level into the product.
And it
because
goes up to 6
I'm
feet.
notorious for not going and getting the level.
Right, exactly. Right, it eliminates, it's got a 6-foot range all the way down to 2 feet. It could go in a drawer, it closes down to 7 inches. So it's literally something that could go next to your hammer, your nails, whenever you're doing that kind of project. No pencil needed. Very, very simple, clean, and functional.
Very good. We'll start with Allison.
I love this. I mean, I've run into this problem multiple times. We've moved a lot lately, so yes, a lot of that.
The holes, the spackle,
and trying to use my own level it's impossible because you can't, especially one person can't do that. So I think this is genius. What's the retail on that?
$14.99.
It's great. I love it.
Agreed.
The packaging is the first generation packaging. The new packaging that we just ordered, the graphics in the front are different, and it's a clamshell that pops open from the top. But that's the first 2,000 in order. That was like I was trying to get it in fast because we had internet orders for them. We wanted to fill them.
I love the idea as well. Just as a matter of fact, my son yesterday just moved into a new house, and I was hanging pictures for him with the 2, and I'm like, does everything you have 2 of those?
Right.
And it was, we'd get one side a little bit too low. We had this fancy level on this tripod and everything else, but that was wrong. So they were crooked.
Right.
Would you use the mic, please, sir?
A mic.
Could you use the mic? Thank you. We appreciate it.
A lot of times, like when you're biased to your own invention and stuff, I knew that this was going to be a good product when you actually are yourself going to your own drawer to pull it out to use it, for yourself, because there's nothing else to use, and that to me was like, the selling point why it's a great product.
Well, and the bubble on the front to tell you whether it's level or whether it's in the middle is perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's a great idea.
Kevin?
You've already hit one point that we talked about with the clamshell being tough to open, but I think it's great, and I think it's got a use in every household. Maybe you could extend your product line and find some other inventions to support it as well. But I think everybody should have one of these in their house for sure. It's great.
We were talking about a next generation too, which would maybe be more like an industrial version that will have like a rubber grip, and then it would have a pencil marks instead of dimple, so you can mark wood or concrete or other surfaces.
Because right now you scratch it is what you do when it's like something a little harder. Because what we did is we sharpened the points just before it would break the skin, just for liability purposes. So 1 more degree actually will puncture the skin, and this one you could actually press into it and it doesn't. We're just in case.
Good thinking.
I've seen a lot of product in this category of business, but what I love about yours, I love that it's really small and convenient, because a lot of them are as big as a yardstick that you have to use.
Right.
So I think it's great.
Right.
You guys did an awesome job.
Right. Thank you very much.
And I'm one of the ones that don't read directions, that don't, so that I'm going to go up there and my wall behind it can be a mess. And then when I move, I'm like, oh my goodness, and then I'm paying somebody to spackle more than I'm paying them to repaint the wall. So I think it's brilliant. We've been to a lot of shows for many years, and this is by far the best picture hanger. Even though they can be ubiquitous in our area, this is the best one I've ever seen.
Thank you very much.
I agree. I agree for many reasons, and here's why. I happen to have a lot of art in my house, and I don't move it around, although sometimes I would like to, right? Because there's so many holes behind it, and I just give up. It's like, okay, I notice that one's a little bit off, but tough. That's the way it's going to be, right? Or else I'm going to put 10 more holes in there trying to get it even, right? There are other products that do the same thing, We all know that they're a little bit cumbersome.
Right.
But what you guys have done is you have solved a problem that everyone has. They don't have it all of the time because they really only have it when they need to be hanging something. But it's compact, it's easy. The level is right on the measuring stick. The only comment I had yesterday to you guys was the fact that how does it work on multiple surfaces? Like in Europe, I know the walls are cement a lot of times, right, and things like that. So, but you know, I love your product, and you know, it's great. Job well done.
My wife and my mom are always the ones who's always sizing it, like the grip. So my wife and my mom, who have small hands, that was always my thought process, was my wife and my mom use it effectively and they understand quickly how to do it, just to kind of, you know, the tagline originally my wife didn't like it was hang-o-matic, husband not required. Husband not required.
I like it. I would like to add that shopping with your husband is like hunting with the game warden. Good.
Well, hanging pictures with the husband is shopping. Hanging with the warden.
I'd like to add. Yeah, go ahead.
You know, the one with the wire, where it's just in the center. So you just measure the wall, and then you move the slide piece and to make your dimension too. So you can do it that way.
Great product.
I look at a lot of these, and it's the most compact that I've seen. And I also do a lot of functional wall buying. So back to the point of you only use it when you move things. If you work in conjunction with someone marketing functional wall, you've got that solved.
That's your market.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you.